Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and I'm joined now with Joseph Parker. Keep twisting. There we go. Ooh, it is wobbly. It's good to see you. Looking good spirits. You're looking great.
Thank you. I feel pretty good. I've had a great training camp with Andy Lee and the team. So it's great to be here finally in Fight Week.
Yeah. Well, we just finished the press conference. I'm literally going to hold your shoulder to keep still. We just wrapped up the press conference, and we really never know what to expect when Derek Chisora is on the stage. We don't know if we're going to get chairs flying or we're just going to get him sitting there, just keeping calm. He didn't really have too much to say aside from the fact of what we already know and what to expect on fight night, which is going to be a war. He's going to look for the knockout. I know that you guys are looking for the knockout. So tell me a bit about what fans can expect on fight night.
I feel like fans can expect, firstly, a great undercard. And then with the main event, there's no secret in what he wants to do. He wants to apply pressure from the beginning. And they've mentioned, Buddy McGirt's mentioned he want to punch me on the thighs.
You're like, is that legal?
Listen, so I feel like he's going to do every single thing in his power to win. He does it once to me, I'm going to do a show back. It's going to be an exciting fight because we know that he's going to bring pressure and he's going to bring a lot of punches, combinations, big bombs, and my job is to execute my plan and Andy's plan that we have in place. Box smart, but then we feel like we can catch him pretty good. One punch at the right time with proper technique can do the damage.
Going back to what everyone was saying about Andy Lee and what with Tyson Fury, no one really expected Tyson to go in there and finish Deontay the way that he did. And I know that you guys have been training for the knockout. Can you sort of tell me what sort of methods you've been working on?
I feel like we've just been working on, like I would say, proper technique and a little bit of skill work here and there. Andy's not trying to change the whole script. We haven't been given the longest time to train together, but he's just adjusted a few things that he feels will be very, very positive, beneficial for the fight. I'm no Tyson Fury as well. He's a different kind of beast, but we've been working on some great things in the gym with Andy Lee and Tyson, Usyk, and the team. We have a good team that we've been training with in Morecambe.
Do you feel like you want this more? On fight night, do you want the win more? Because with Derek, he's not really focused on winning titles. It's not really sort of, a goal for him. Whereas for you, a win over Derek Chisora sort of puts you in line. It catapults you a bit further up the ladder to get your world title opportunity.
I feel like Derek is not focused on titles. He's focused on being involved in big fights. And I'm focused on being involved in big fights as well to position myself for a world title when it becomes available. But my goal for this fight is just to go out there and do my best. I know that if I perform how I've been doing in training, sparring, and with the mitts and the bag work, if I perform and execute it, I can get him out of there. But that's the most important part now is bringing everything that we've done in the gym into the fight.
Reflecting back on his last performance with Usyk, is there anything that you could sort of take away from that where you felt like there were things that you could sort of expose going into fight night?
I feel like the fight with Usyk was great. He came out and gave it everything he had from round 1 to round 12. I know he got caught a few times in the mid-rounds, but he never stopped and he never gave up. And I believe that's going to be the same with this fight. He's never going to stop. He's never going to give up. I have to give him something to think about.
You fought a lot here in the UK, so it's sort of like, I know that you're not from here, but I kind of associate you with like British boxing because you've been here so often. But at the same time, he is the home fighter, and we always have to sort of think about that. Is that sort of something that sort of weighs in the back of your mind is I have to get the knockout or I have to win so convincingly that I can't allow it to go to the scorecards?
Listen, he doesn't want it to go to the scorecards. I don't want it to go to the scorecards. I'm not going to go looking for the knockout. Usually when you look for it, it doesn't really happen, right? So I'm just going to go out there and let it flow and fight and box how I've been doing in the gym. And I feel like if I do that, it might come. But if I go looking for it, it probably doesn't even come. So like the last fight I had, it wasn't the best performance. So I want to make it right by putting on a better performance this time.
Where are you weight-wise as well? Are you coming in heavier, leaner?
I feel like I'm coming in similar weight to the last fight or a little heavier. It's just, I've been training hard, eating clean, eating good food and resting well. And I feel like the body's just adjusted well.
Just like Derek, you guys sort of had a switch in trainers for this fight. It doesn't leave too much time to sort of, I guess, adjust to the groove of having someone new. How have you sort of been handling that? Because it's sort of like, leaving one relationship and coming into another. Everything's going to be a bit different and maybe not as relaxed as say, a long-term relationship was.
Yeah, the sort of leaving the last team and leaving Kevin and the camp to in Vegas was a very hard decision. But I felt I just needed something different, just to, I don't know, to get me excited again about boxing, about fights. There was nothing wrong with the old team. They were perfect. They were great. He did everything in his power to do the best training, but I just wanted to try something different. We've only been given 6 or 7 weeks for this fight to work together, but I feel like with what we've been doing, it's perfect timing. And
Gelled.
We have gelled. We are friends outside of training. We get along well. We have laughs. But when it's time to train and get serious, there's no mucking around, and there's a switch. And that's the same as the last camp.
And who did you bring in for sparring? Who did you get the opportunity to spar with preparing for Chisora?
And he found some guys from the UK that he brought in. I think 2 or 3 guys, 3 or 4 guys actually, and they did some great work.
Well, look, you look really relaxed and confident. I wish you all the best on Saturday night. Obviously, we know what a win does for you and sort of moves you along the line for a potential, hopefully, maybe an interim fight to get yourself in line for a world title shot.
Whatever's available, I'll take. But for now, I've got to focus on that guy over there.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it as always.
And thank you, fight fans. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye, fight fans. Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else